quite enjoying myself.
Yes,
so the next game we'll be casting is, I would say, quite an impressive one. It's TLR versus the MONGZ. So this is the first Seed 1 versus Seed 2 that I think we've had today.
Yeah.
And TLR, I've been told, are most people's tournament favourites. I would probably have to agree as well.
Yeah.
The MONGZ, though, the MONGZ are also a very fun lineup.
Yes.
Based, of course, off of our friends over in Mongolia. Nice little, I don't know if it's quite the same skill level we'll be seeing here today.
Maybe higher?
Higher. The UK does things well. When we commit ourselves, we nail it. And I'm looking forward to seeing the MONGZ nail it to TLR.
Yes. So am I. Which will also be the final group of the group stage on stream. And there's a little bit of a giveaway.
There is indeed. So thank you to our friends over at ROG. We have a couple of goodies, a couple of peripherals, a couple of PC pieces to be giving away.
And how can you take part?
How can you take part? Well, make sure that you are watching the stream. You need to be watching the stream, and at some point, I believe we will give you a keyword, and then you type that keyword into the stream chat. And regardless of whether you're here or at home watching the stream, you have a chance to win some goodies. So make sure that you stick around for that. Do we know exactly what the prizes are, production?
They're amazing. I can.
They are amazing.
They're amazing products.
Hey, this guy's good. This guy's good. Okay, a nice mouse and a nice merch pack. That's our prize for today. So it was.
And it's not the only giveaway.
It's not the only giveaway.
We've got multiple giveaways this weekend.
We do indeed. We've got
the next
one
is
the lower bracket finals, and then one during the grand finals as well. So you know, as if you didn't have enough reason to watch both of those games already, now there's an added extra incentive sprinkled on in. It's going to be a very exciting time. I've had so much fun being back at LAN today, and the action is already continuing. We're going straight into the next ninth round. It's the MONGZ versus Last Resort on Inferno.
And wow, the one map we both decided should have been taken out of the pool is what we're finishing the group stage off with. Incredible stuff. But we saw actually the Last Resort continuing the trend from game one, well, the previous game we just saw, with a bit of a team kill. And they will start on the T side as the MONGZ have chosen CT. Let's take you quickly through the rosters. We got TLR with Artist, Giraffe, Vacancy, Beve, and Extinct. The core players of this roster have been together for, I want to say, over 2 years now.
I would say 6 years, probably.
That's
five
over
years.
2?
Yeah, that is over 2. I think I remember these guys playing together on UMX back in the day, if I'm not mistaken, which would have been definitely like end of COVID era, playing European Tier 2 lands. They've been around the block together.
It's only been like 2 years since COVID, no?
Oh god, don't do that to me now. But hold on a minute, we're in the midst of the pistol, and Extinct is already up and in their faces. Contraman in with the first kill, but Giraffe a double trade. It is Pandemonium in brackets. Now, the pressure has somehow allowed Giraffe to get all the way into CT, but he doesn't check the corner properly. He does a jump clear, and that allows Devil on the dual Berettas to bag a swift headshot. And now Pepe, without said bomb, is the one that runs into the site and could have planted. But that means the MONGZ will find that first round, and as much as Giraffe thrived in the initial chaos, as he separated himself from the situation, he also separated the chances of TLR winning that round.
And the roster for the MONGZ will be Devil,
thank you.
Crit, Contraman, Maza, and Lancelot. And I think I'm familiar with actually Lancelot, although it is quite a common nickname, I would say. So I'm not sure if it's the same player that I'm familiar with. But hey, they kick things off with a pistol victory on the CT side, which is going to be very important. Now, let's see how they're going to utilize their 3 rifles and 2 SMGs to keep TLR away from winning this forced Tech 9 buy.
Well, the Tech-9s are again coming at things with pace. Now, smoke drop towards long doesn't prevent the damage coming through onto the back of Mazza, but Crit, it's a very clean 2K spray down. Giraffe is able to trade out that kill eventually, but it cost him all of his health in the process, and Beve tries to do something sneaky towards B again. It's not going to work out for him, and with that, it's a 1 versus 3 for the 10 HP Giraffe. You could say he's really sticking his neck out for this one, but I have a feeling it's not going to go in his favor. Thank you. I enjoy the drum sound effects. That's what I live for.
He's gonna, finding 1 more kill would already be incredible for him. With only 10 HP, It's not going to be easy. He did get dinked by that M4. And he finds the clear. That's the M4 player.
He does have the bomb. Do you think it's possible? A 1 versus 2?
I think it's possible. They've already done so much in this round. Taking 3 rifles out, planting the bomb, and Giraffe. Here's the sound. Positions himself perfectly. Gets the first. The second should be easy, but Lancelot, MP9, spray down, and barely manages to keep the MONGZ ahead. Wins the round and will only manage to save a single rifle.
Yeah, very, very valiant effort there from Giraffe. So close. If he wasn't 10 HP, maybe he has a chance of finishing off that second frag. But in the meantime, MONGZ off to a pretty good start. 2-0, pistol conversion coming through against those forced up Tech 9s. They deal quite well with the pace change. It was Crit to deal a 2K at the top of brackets. But one other thing I want to say, I believe MONGZ might have played with the core of Artist, Giraffe, and Extinct also back in that 2021 lineup. I'm going to fact check myself on that, so I'm going to let you take over for a moment.
We're seeing well, arguably the first default in this purchase from TLR. 3 players towards Banana with 1 watching him. Ooh, Lancelot was connecting with a couple of bullets onto Beve. About to get surprised by Extinct, just dry swinging with the Galil. Great headshot on the first CT defender. Devil will have to smoke off himself from the angle, but that M4 gets retrieved, and they want to potentially go through the smokes again. Utility flying out. Devil only good for 1. He gets fully blinded by Artist. Vacancy is on site, and I think the MONGZ will be considering a save. Giraffe is on their tail with the lurk. MONGZ spots a shoulder, will not get the kill as Giraffe dies on the lurk. But the retake looks highly unlikely. Now, though, they have the player advantage. I'm looking for a kit somewhere. They don't have it.
Well, the MONGZ still have enough time to make this one work, and they still have a little bit of utility. Vacancy double dink, but through the edge of the sandbags, so he survives for now. Beve only good for 1, but MONGZ comes in, dispatches a Vacancy, and with that, even without a defuse kit, they still have the time. That's going to be a 3-0. Yes, it's close, but the last resort struggling to find their feet here. And also, after the fact check, MONGZ was on that UMX lineup, so he was part of that original 4 who broke into the Tier 2 European scene. And now he's the man dispatching of his former teammates on this side of the MONGZ.
And he was the one to begin that retake and punish the rare mistake seeing there from the side of TLR with that player playing top box over the smoke, getting punished. Not a type of play we often see from them, although they are the team that usually displays confident positions. So it's good to see MONGZ punishing his with the AWP. Gets pushed back by the Molly without revealing the fact that he has purchased the op. Now back to a default. TLR has yet to have a full proper buy as they keep on scrapping with Galils and Tech 9s and Mac 10s. That's a lot.
What can he get done here? But I think scrappy is a good way to describe this game so far. It's been a lot of brawls taking place all over the map. Lots of fast frags flying through. Lancelot is about to have 5 people fly in his direction. Great flash assist from Deville, but even better trade from Artist. Not that much damage done, all things considered.
Rotation coming in, and it's Giraffe getting caught back-to-back rounds in which he gets caught in his lurk, but oh my god, Deville, very incredible. A kill, and it's a double. He is standing tall in this backside. Artist, though, dangerous as always with the Galil in hand, finds a double and will get the bomb down, switches out, picks up the AWP.
And he's over to his primary weapon now,
oh,
and what a peek
shot.
onto Crit! A critical shot indeed, leaving him in now a very winnable 1v1. Contraman edging his way in towards Church. Artist is going to play time as much as possible. This could be an ace clutch for the captain here, but with only 20 seconds left, he might have overplayed his hand. That smoke's now faded, and he will need to cross onto this bomb site. Quick peek from Artist will result in his early demise, and Contraman will deny that ace clutch. The MONGZ now leading 4-0.
And I'm gonna add this, Sneaky. I think it's been comfortable. Yes, it was a 1 versus 1, but overall, the timeline of the round felt fairly easy for the MONGZ. Yes, it was Artist almost stepping up by himself, putting the team in his pocket and carrying them over the line, but he couldn't do it there. You gotta actually go back to the drawing board and realize, boys, we gotta play a bit more as a team. Giraffe, you're getting caught back to back. It's still early in the half, but let's see if they can turn things around. We actually see Crit with an MP9 only. Could be exploited by the T side as Maza finds the kill onto Extinct.
Yeah, not much can be exploited by the T side right now. It's, as you said, the Artist's individual brilliance was almost the reason they got their first round, but it's not the team play. The team play's not winning them the rounds here. The trades have been a little bit sloppy. Not what you'd expect from not just the highest seed in this group, but arguably the highest seed in this tournament. That's a good timing on the Crit, though. A little bit sloppy on the frag from Giraffe, but Maza has been elite so far, and the crossfire is so clean. Contraman ensures again things don't get out of hand, and it's all up to Artist, and it's not a pretty picture that he's able to paint.
He's going to find a kill into Deville here, but never mind. What a headshot from the CT M4A4. Picks up the AK 5-0, and unlike the two teams in the previous match, I suspect TLR will call a tactical timeout if they continue to lose rounds. Maybe next round if they don't convert these force or whatever these have purchase, because they are a team that has a lot of tactical depth, and with such an experienced IGLS Artist, they will have plenty of information to go through and approaches, ideas, or just thoughts about what they can change.
I mean, yeah, you got Artist IGL. I imagine Beve's got a loud voice in this team too. You've got a core that's been together for so long that they just know how each other's going to play a situation. Beve, what a flash! And almost a second kill, but Lancelot recovers from being blinded in the nick of time. Vacancy cannot get past that supported AWPer in Maza.
Oh, what a headshot! Wall bang as well!
Good shot. He's looking for more. Will finally miss the opportunities as bullet lands in between the two assaulting players, but it's still a favoured position for the MONGZ to be in, especially as Lancelot mops up the last two players. The Last Resort are down 0-6 in round counts right now. But
this will be their first full proper buy, all the players having the right amount of grenades.
It's a big but though. I feel like the team play, if it had been better, would have already netted them at least two of these rounds.
Yeah. The one thing I have to really compliment the MONGZ for is the fact the way they've been playing with levels is something very, very good. Diversifying, one player on the box, one in the middle, one up, down low. And we saw that with Contraman in balcony. We saw it just right now with Lancelot on top of the box. Very good from them. TLR going back to a default. 3 players banana, 1 in ramp, and 1 very passive out.
Lancelot! There's no way you get that kill. Beve is going to be fuming that he loses that gunfight. Quick trade though, but they're slowed down again by this utility. A smoke of their own comes on in, but Devil with the Molotov and a flash to peek off the back of. He has regained full control of B, and he has a rotation from Crit to assist, and there's just a bludgeoning back of this assault from TLR. They've been forced all the way back down Banana. They've given up every bit of space they fought so hard to gain, and I don't know how they're going to flip this one around, especially if Maza keeps delivering like he has so far, and also the crossfires, as you said, have been great, but Extinct finds an opener.
Okay, single swing out with a self-flash from Extinct. Vacancy will punish now Maza. Isolated in library, the bomb will make its way. Actually, that's a leg shot, I believe, onto Vacancy. A bit of a team kill there from Giraffe, but they will finish things off and sell the safety AWP. First round on the board for TLR. Again, a round that was tactically kind of weak, but individually we saw the self-flash swinging in, getting the kill. And this is one of the reasons why a lot of teams do fear TLR here at Epic Land.
Yeah, the individual skill level, individual aim, very impressive. Yeah, again, Beve with the confidence, Tech9 madness to open it up. But as you said, they're relying on individuals. Yes, the individuals are great. If Extinct doesn't get that great one tap to open up B and then a pop flash through the smoke to follow on up, it would just be such a different story. The MONGZ had really solid positions, and that's been the story so far. The MONGZ have been playing off each other really nicely. I won't lark on it too long, but the Last Resort now, trying something a little different, doubling up in Boiler, and it's Artist to try an entry with the AWP. not going to work so far.
Yeah, we saw it on Ancient from one of the teams. Remember, in that close quarter position with AWP, MONGZ. He has been short of impeccability. He will not fall short again. As Giraffe might have an opportunity, swings out, gets baited, spots Contraman, and Crit will finish things off again. It's the 1-2 punch combo from the MONGZ that keeps them ahead every single time. MONGZ again with yet a second kill of the round. Vacancy and Artist though. A fun position, getting the no-scope kill. 45 seconds to go. They will need to get at least one more to make this round believable. But you can look in the chat right now for that famous giveaway you heard me and Sneaky talk about.
Yeah, get yourselves ready, ladies and gentlemen. I believe a keyword will be posted soon. So if you want to be in with a chance, it's going to be !EPIC ROG in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. So if you would like to enter the giveaway, I know my co-caster is already getting himself ready. He's warming up his fingers, but !EPIC ROG is what you need to type in chat in order to be in with a chance to win both a very snazzy mouse and a little bit of a swag bag. There you go. You see it on screen right now. !EPIC ROG. As, well, unfortunately, this round was already over. Artist was not pulling out another almost ace clutch. And this is the second 7-1 scoreline in a row now. This is actually my third 7-1 in a row today. But never did I expect to see this from the Seed 1 and Seed 2 matchup, with Seed 1 being the ones down on the single round.
It might be you, Sneaky, you know?
I am cursed. I do have a history of cursing things.
Things are yet again underway with the safe AWP from Artist. Of course, they will be inclined to force, and this is what they're doing. We see an MP7 from Giraffe, and Tech9 from Extinct, and a double AK for Vacancy and Bebe. Very quiet from both of them, actually, 2 and 3 kills respectively, and from two players of their caliber. It's not something we often see, especially not versus UK opposition. But now we have the rapid boost. They're still being pushed back and held back by the smokes. Giraffe checking the timetable of the winery on Inferno. Look at his injury, pushing back right away. Contraman double, doesn't even hesitate. Artist with another miss is gonna take a lot of damage from the HE, but he will at least get away with his life.
There's another crossfire though. They don't even need it because Crit's so clean. And with that, it's another 2 versus 4 for the TLR. We are going to be looking at the last resort soon because they're just running out of chances, opportunities to make something happen here. But MONGZ, he has been my top performer so far. Will be called upon now as Beve finds Crit, but MONGZ has gone undetected. They don't know where he is in all of this, but he does miss a shot. That's a rare miss indeed.
Now they take the shot, the site. This is what they wanted. The smoke goes deep. They still know MONGZ is there. He's going to throw some utility, but that's a very, very passive plant. Artist, he almost did it once earlier. Can he do it now? Spots his shoulder. The headshot will not be missed. Plays in front of the truck. HE runs behind him. Spots the second player. MONGZ really wants to make his way out. If they lose this round, it might be because of his earlier miss. Gets caught by Artist. Has to reload, and now Lancelot alone in a 1 versus 2. Did find the first and the double through the smoke. Artist falls. Lancelot celebrates. Can't find the bomb, but he does have a defuse kit. And the MONGZ from a 4 versus 2 to a 1 versus 2, and they still manage to win.
That is a nightmare outcome for the last resort. That is going to be so tilting. Yes, these guys are professional, but how can you not be frustrated when, I mean, the second kill, the flicking over, the kill through the smoke, just an absolute insult to injury. And as you said, 8-1, 8 times the round count of the tournament favorites. This is not a good look for them. I know it's just the group stage. I know we're not at the best of 3s yet, but I'm worried. I'm a little bit nervous right now. Maybe they got a little cocky. Maybe they let their foot off the gas. But Lancelot now, just an absolute hero in tandem with Contraman, who also managed to get another 2K in that round.
Even when MONGZ misses, the rest of the team is still there to step up and continue this unstoppable momentum from the CT side of MONGZ. Beve finds an opening. This feels like the first blood in a long time for TLR. with the player advantage, can they utilize it in the favor? Vacancy finds one. Trades galore across the map. Maza good for one as Artist manages to put him down right away. And now TLR will get the bomb down. Looking at the economy, I think, I was about to say the MONGZ should try to save here, but they're both going to fall in a matter of moments, and TLR will win, which means the MONGZ will be forced to eco.
Yeah, this is the first time the MONGZ have had to struggle financially this game, but that does at least show that a lot of the rounds have been close.
Narrow, yeah.
A lot of the rounds have been madness. One, maybe two players left alive on this CT side, and the CT side economy, especially on a map like Inferno, is already brutal. But the one thing about this map is 5-7s reign supreme regardless, so there's no ability to breathe a sigh of relief for TLR. They are still going to have their wits about them, as Lancelot on a 5-7 does get punished, and I would probably have suggested not running straight through a Molotov in a circumstance like that with two players, and also no flashbang to assist them.
I understand this is like a bait attempt because you've got two more players in B, but what?
Yeah, this round,
dubious.
I would say the first truly questionable round from the MONGZ this game. They do at least get away with two. Contraman, that's impressive on a P2000, all things considered. The fact that he's delivered another 2K, it's applaudable work. But finally TLR bagged 3. Do we think this is enough for them to be able to lock in on CT side?
See, I've covered many TLR games over the last, well, I don't know, several years, and I often find myself wondering how strong is their mental, because I've seen them in positions, maybe not as down much as 8-1, but 6-1 down or 7-2 down, and they always manage to come back. And I think the MONGZ just throwing away that round as a half purchase and giving the TLR the chance to get multi-kills on Banana is going to allow TLR to win round 4 as well for themselves. And it kicks off right. They've got 3 kills in the first 18 seconds of the round. 8-4, you win the pistol, and then the game's, like, the lead you have is basically gone.
You were talking about the mental game a second ago. Do you reckon the MONGZ might be getting in their own heads now that they're only finishing the half 8-4?
Could be.
Well, the last resort. They do still need to finish out this final round of the half. It's not unwinnable for the MONGZ. It certainly is unlikely. It's 3 flashbangs and an HE. TLR, in the meantime, effectively have 2 full belts of utility across 3 different players. Crit starts off with a ridiculous kill onto Extinct. Decapitates him where he stands, but Artist swift with a response. Crit dead. Contraman, he's been good, but he's not that good. Beve sends him packing. And okay, now we can start talking about the potential for a comeback, because 4 rounds, it's not good, but it's not the end of the world.
It's also 3 rounds at the end, right? Which clearly means that TLR have managed to awaken into the series. And this is round 7 of the group stage. They realize probably the importance of, maintaining their first seed. Although granted, they could probably be 2nd or 3rd seed and they would still make the grand finals, I would say, without too many issues. But these first 12 rounds will be very important for some teams to study the tape for tomorrow and Sunday, because clearly there are some gaps that can be exploited. And let's see if the MONGZ have the tools necessary to continue to put pressure on TLR. Artist, though, rapid in mid with the USP. Gonna swing out, gets 1. With the assist of Lancelot, that was headshotting Contraman. It's a 4v4, but Beve pushed all the way through Banana.
Okay, this is going to be interesting to see whether or not the MONGZ can get out before the flank activates. And Beve strikes first, and all 3 of the remaining MONGZ are stuck up on the balcony. One of them makes it down. Hold on, Lancelot, 1 apiece, but Beve and Vacancy continue the good fight. Crit,
1 for 1.
very clean. Woo! That's massive from Crit. Just a despicable clutch, I would have to say. I'm keeping it family-friendly, PG clean, but that was delightful from him. And a huge blow to TLR getting back into this game.
I am stunned. that round was everything. I think it was a 3K from Crit to win the round, and of course a 1 versus 2. It might have even been the last bullet to get that kill. And TLR, it seemed like they had it all in the bag. Yes, Artist traded only for 1 in mid, but the push from Beve, they had them sandwiched in balcony, and somehow, some way, the Monks managed to take it from the jaws of defeat. 4 players in Banana, AG galore pushed from here. Devil actually only managed to take 37 damage. Very surprising to see him not die to all the utility that was thrown at him.
And the woes continue for the last resort. Charge down Banana, and the USPs do bag themselves an AK, but the MAC-10 looks to come in and deny the pickup. It won't be there in time, and the MAC-10 knows that they're not going to win a ranged duel against a retrieved AK. So it's good to see that the Mongs aren't getting overzealous, even from an advantageous position. They're not making the mistakes that I feel like the last resort have been themselves, and with that, the Mongs are up 10-4, double digits, on what is typically a pretty good map for TLR.
I mean, most maps are pretty good for
Yeah,
TLR.
that's a valid point.
So it's quite hard to grasp how troubled they might find themselves in, as round 15 is just around the corner. Spray coming through. Beve would love to see it, and I think he's not going to get even more contested. But never mind, Contraman comes in to give away his life. He was trying to use his Galil trade. We also see the new bomb explosion, which is absolutely phenomenal. You know what else is phenomenal, Sneaky?
Oh, I think I might. We are still running the giveaway for the ROG mouse and little swag bag.
Whoop, whoop.
Exclamation mark Epic ROG in the chat in order to join our ROG giveaway. Forget mogging, you can be rogging on your friends with this swag bag. Anyway, over to the game again. We have the Mongs in such what seems to be an insurmountable lead, and I have not been impressed enough by TLR to believe yet that they can come back into this. This is going to be, I feel, the most decisive round of the game.
And we start things off with a miss from Artist and a death from Beve, the 2 top fraggers on the server, not just for TLR, and it has to be Extinct. Finally stepping up, bringing this back to a 4 versus 4. Vacancy only has a measly MP7. Wants to really take control of this Banana.
He is able to upgrade at least.
Didn't want to make the sound cue, had to reposition himself. The smoke will dissipate. He's got 4 players in front of him. He does have some help. Vacancy playing anti-flash. Lancelot decapitates his team, and Artist and Vacancy both falter. And the 3rd player is Giraffe with the neck out, getting the kill. Maza with the stolen MP7 manages to open the site up and plant the bomb. Extinct walking through the smoke. This is insane from Extinct. He went for a risky play, but the dividends didn't come through.
I feel like this has been taking a lot of risks, overconfident plays, overconfident
Disrespectful
positioning.
plays.
Disrespectful plays, but how can you disrespect an opponent who is currently thrashing you 11-4? There is a ridiculous 7-round distance here between the favorites of the tournament and the underdogs. Like, not the biggest underdogs in the world, but Seed 2 versus Seed 1. It doesn't make any sense to me right now. It really doesn't.
And they saved the op. So how great Maza was on it. Okay, he needs a couple of bullets to smoke. This is a desperate force from TLR. We see control with the SMGs early on. Artist, the only one with a rifle, has the A4. He is going to be utilizing it in short. That HE doesn't reach deep enough in ramp.
One thing I want to say is I don't want to undersell this Mongs lineup either. These guys are a group of fantastic players, and as you've already seen, Mazza has played with this last resort core before. He has the experience. Many of them do have at least high-tier experience in the UK scene, some of them even branching out into European Tier 2, Tier 3 as well. But it's TLR who have been that core. I believe they're the salary team as well. Like, they have a lot of expectation on them, a lot of pressure on their shoulders, and maybe at least in this game it's getting to them a bit, but at the very least, Artist can open up the round. Having said that, we've seen them open up the round a couple of times, but it's rarely ended in their favor.
Starting to explore a little bit of those different height levels we were congratulating the Monks for as well. It's the SMG's close range. That's the bomb. Dropped by Lancelot. Beve in vacancy. MONGZ up close and personal with the op. Swings out. Gets both of them out of the round. Still player advantage, and Artist finds one. It has to be Devil. Saves the op. There's no smoke for him. They're jumping in. They're going to interrupt the plant. The flash coming through. Devil will be overrun. And the last resort managed to get the 5th on the board. Still losing 3 in the process. But considering this was, what, 4 SMGs and 1 M4A4, it's a well-needed round for them.
Yeah, TLR finally winning a round that they felt like they shouldn't have been able to win. They've done the reverse, and the MONGZ will have to take, well,
Partial
I'll
buy.
say an interesting buy here. They're on first stage loss bonus. They've got the choice of going for the full investment or going for the partial buy, as you suggested.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, we got a scout on MONGZ. He has been very,
MVP.
very solid today. Like
MVP
MVP performance so far. The AWP has just been singing in his hands. And even in that last round, the ridiculous double opener on Banana, despite being in a Molotov at a disadvantageous angle.
Close quarters versus SMG.
Exactly. This man has been doing it all, but Artist needs to step up here, and he will.
He will.
He will indeed, as MONGZ himself has gone down, and Artist lands another tag.
They let
he
each
needs
other
to get out of there.
misses, but Extinct is there to clean things up. Finds a triple, and Giraffe, though, loses a clean duel versus a P250. Again, another rare sentence. Extinct will find his 4th, which can only mean danger for the MONGZ here, Sneaky, because Extinct getting 4 kills right there is going to be a huge boost of confidence for him, and we all know how great Extinct can be when he turns it up.
Yes, yes we do. It is a huge boost of confidence, but I think getting to double digits, that's the ultimate confidence boost, right?
Round-wise, of course.
4 rounds away right now, 5 from equalizing. But the MONGZ do still have a pretty comprehensive buy here. And I know we've said that Maz is our MVP. Crit has also had some really impressive moments. He's another player with quite a lot of experience outside of the UK scene as well. TLR are not going to have an easy ride in any stretch of the imagination. But I do think the Artist himself, despite having a brilliant T-half, is in an even better position now, given that he's CT side orphan.
Yeah, he has been historically, not just today, the one spearhead of this TLR4, and yet again, most kills on the map for now. As Beve finds an opening onto Lancelot, he hasn't lost any openings. Great usage of the HE to dissipate, creating a small gap for Artist to punish MONGZ. And with 60 seconds left on the clock, I think the MONGZ should consider a save. I know it's difficult. Walk into the off. Artist swings around again and again, and he's going again to find the 4th kill of the round. 22 kills, reducing the round deficit.
Down to 4 now. Artist, that was a beautiful little finishing piece. And yes, he did have a lot of support from his teammates. That's the team play that we've been talking about. And what
that's
we
the experience.
To see, the experience of playing with each other for so long. He's on a 2 KD right now. I don't know who out of Artist and Beve is doing the heavy lifting on this calling, but that's my fragging IGL right there. Artist is looking clean as you like. The MONGZ now, they're going to have to try and clean up something with what is a very difficult buy. It's a couple of Tech 9s, and yes, a rush is always good, especially up against an AWPer. But Artist has been clean. Giraffe.
Oh, that HE from Giraffe.
It's a nice little frag grenade and
One.
a nice frag to follow,
Just
but
one.
only the one.
That's surprising. Artist. The molly lands from him, just behind to protect the stairs. And now, 1-2 punch. Shades of what we saw from the MONGZ on the CT side. Devil would love to find 1 kill just for...
Don't do it, Artist. Bad boy. Stay behind that smoke.
Oh, I think he's going to do it.
No. He's got discipline. He realizes that he's the IGL and he needs to set an example for his boys. He can't be the one smoke pushing, but he is going for a no-scope angle. Misses it, but he will be carried over by his teammates. He stays alive as Beve mops things up. Only a single player death against the Tech 9s, and it could have gotten a lot worse with the weapons they were holding in that position.
Epic comeback. Comeback?
Yes.
Yes. Epic ROG to join our ROG giveaway! Exclamation mark in the chat, of course. 11-8, round 20 is now underway. Still not enough money for MONGZ to have an AWP.
And that's going to be a real loss for them because his AWPing has been one of the things keeping them in this lead. However, I think it's safe to say we have a new flashiest AWPer on the server. These last couple of rounds have been dominant from Artist. He has an over 2 KD now. He's been doing the vast majority of heavy lifting for some of these 1 rounds.
Can they shut him down without an AWP? That's the question, and that's the mission. While he's flying, flashing, taking recontrol of top banana.
These nades. Only a tickle of damage though. I think Lancelot was already low if I'm not mistaken. No? Okay, no. The nades did at least one of them landed on him. MONGZ have definitely lost their momentum, and with that death of Lancelot, things get even more complicated. Another annoying crossfire for the MONGZ to deal with as they push up top banana. In fact, they've gone for a 2-2 split here. They're just looking for any semblance of a frag they can pick off, maybe react off the back of it, but PLR, they're disciplined. They're not giving away anything. A little bit of a sound cue there, but I don't think anyone was in earshot of his leg snapping. Instead, though, the offensive has been snapped in half as Contraman dead to Beve's clean AK headshot. Crit only good for a single trade, and now a 3 versus 2.
Artist!
Man of the hour is here.
Running shoes on, already in position to stop the takeover. The smoke was actually dropped as they killed the final piece of utility player they had. MONGZ will be the last to die, and it's a 9-11. This was a 7-round lead. I think 11-4 was the score we were looking at earlier, and now we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds in a row.
Now I'm a bit scared, to be honest.
Soon to be 6-7 rounds in a row, because now it's going to be an eco from the side of the MONGZ.
That was poor from you. You could have held that in the back pocket for a 6-7 scoreline. I can't believe you've wasted a golden opportunity, man.
No, but like that's why the golden opportunity is, you know, then you have the silver opportunity, the bronze opportunity. You get 80 spray. Okay, Beve, that is
oh god,
abysmal. But
it's messy. Sure.
They did manage to retrieve his M4A4, and they do have Kevlars in this round. 3 players in B. Giraffe has to smoke. He is smoke mid, smokes mid off. He's alone in bracket. That HE doesn't do any damage, surprisingly.
I have a feeling that a lot of damage is about to be dealt to Giraffe, though. He is alone in defending this bomb site up against a wealth of pistols and a rifle that's been retrieved on the back of Contraman. Giraffe wisely chooses not to go for this retake by himself. He's hoping for a little bit of chip damage here onto one of these post-plant defenders. Molotov is good to displace Contraman, but this is actually looking like a crazy upset round from the MONGZ here. They've got time on their side. They've got MONGZ down short. He lands such a clean connection, but Extinct does trade things back. The round's not over yet. There are 3 kits. There's a frag from Extinct. Seville a trade back himself. And oh, Giraffe and Artist out of nowhere. They have actually managed to pull this one over the line just in the nick of time.
10-11. As this final group stage match is continuing to provide fireworks for all of us. Of course, do not forget to use exclamation mark Epic ROG in the chat. It will be open until the end of the adverts before we move on to the playoffs. UK winners only. Have your whispers open so you can reply to the messages in the next 2 hours if you get contacted, if you're lucky to win, as we are underway with round 22 sneaky, and we finally get the AWP up for MONGZ.
Yeah, I think Maz has been in desperate need of his favorite comfort weapon. The entire team's been outshone by Artist's AWP so far. 26 in 12. He has been a menace on this CT side. We were correct to predict that this would be more comfortable side for him, as MONGZ now attempting to make brackets control a little bit difficult for TLR, but Extinct has already caught Deville, leaving just Contraman up on this side of the map. Now Bebe has been a monster defending Banana, cuts down one, and it's a little messy. Little bit of team damage coming through there. Lancelot making TLR's work a little easier. Now a 4 versus 3 though.
Inside, Vacancy not finding a single kill. The damage has been dealt though. Look at the HP, Contraman and Lancelot. 3 and 36 HP respectively. Extinct Dissipate the Smoke punishes, but Artist will find a trade right away. 2 versus 2. Op and AK for both sides. The flash is perfect. Maza versus Artist. Op versus Op. Maza swings and gets the flick headshot. Artist gets decapitated, and the Mongs have 2 map points.
What a ridiculous response there from Maza, and what a time to pull out a clutch like that. He might not have been the best AWPer for these last couple of rounds, but what a way to send Artist packing.
I think Artist might have team flashed.
Ooh, that's scary.
The player pushing from Ruins seemed to be blind.
But whoever was in quad was also blinded when they picked up that first kill. It must have been Maza. Maza
Yeah,
got
it was Maza,
that first kill, basically full blinded as the smoke push came on through. So it's a little bit unlucky there for TLR, but luck is definitely not the reason that they are still 2 rounds down. Oh my god, Contraband almost dies.
He's very toasty there.
He lost 80 points of health to that Molotov he just stepped in.
Proof that it happens to the best of us. Swings out, catches Vacancy. Artist and Extinct bringing 2 kills back in their favor. Giraffe also finding the third. The problem here is if the Mongs lose this round, it will be a single round loss bonus. So their economy will be terrible. Yeah, terrible. In round 24, Lancelot has to retreat after he's revealed his position.
You know what I think this has been a ploy for? I think it's all a ploy to get Artist 30 kills in regulation. As Lancelot ensures that Extinct lives up to his name, he no longer exists in the round. 2 versus 3. We've seen it happen from the Mongs before. Artist slowly creeping his way back in. Can he find frag 29? It's looking good. It's looking very good. Lancelot dead.
Walks into his arms. And now Maza, last one standing, has the AWP. 35 seconds to go. He will desperately try to salvage it. And I think if you're TLR here, you've got the money. You should probably go for the hunt.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the worst idea. You can afford to lose 1 more player on this search for the AWP, but at the same time, yeah, Maza cannot die. If Maza dies, that is a tragedy for the Mongs, and we will find ourselves in overtime. I also need to walk back a statement that I made earlier. For this Epic LAN, overtimes are enabled, so there will be an overtime if TLR are able to find 12 here. And thankfully, for the Mongs, they will not be able to find Maza. He keeps the big green, and maybe this can be the saving grace for their T side. And also another one of the rounds that they won was with those Tech 9s.
Yeah. 1 round is all they need. What a way to finish the group stage for the Mongs. That would be sneaky, wouldn't it? Just upset TLR. Artist, op in hand, heading for mid, has a spawn for it, sets up, jumps. He's patient, he walks to watch second mid, misses the shot, has to retreat. Gets out.
Isn't the worst case scenario. It's an unfortunate miss, but he doesn't take any damage for it, and he gets some information. I would say the Mongs are still in the worst position right now of our 2 teams here. Now, 3 players stacking up on Banana, and it looks like the rest of the squad are coming to join. Nice nade. Forces Beve away, but doesn't actually do any damage. The damage that needs to be done is from Crits Mac 10, although it looks like he wants to maybe boost somebody over this half wall. How are they going to play this one out? And do they realize that there are 3 players waiting for them on B this time, and they've got until to spend?
Flashes, mollies, kill. Oh, only good for 1. Vacancy has to step up. Has someone backside. That's Extinct getting molly off the angle. Vacancy and Extinct finding 1 each. Maza gets the trade, but Extinct gets the kill onto the AWP, and we're going to overtime.
I cannot believe that TLR clawed their way all the way back to a 12-12 regulation finish. Artist not quite able to get his 30 bomb in regulation, which is of course why we will be going over to 12-12. And I tell you what, whilst we wait for this overtime to get underway, don't forget to use !EPIC ROG in the Twitch chat for your chance to win a very nice ROG mouse and a cheeky little swag bag. Just remember, UK winners only, and you must have your whispers open on Twitch. You have until the end of the commercials after this map to enter this giveaway. So get your giveaway tickets open now.
Luckily for you, this map continues to go, so you got more opportunities to join the giveaway. Look at the boost. Artist on top of Giraffe. They don't find a kill. Oh my gosh, Devil is so close. He can find a kill there. He's infiltrated the smoke. He spots a player, gets the kill onto Artist. He takes out 2. Devil has opened up the map. The first round of OT. MONGZ on T side. Take control of short. Extinct needs to get 1 or 2 or something at least. A lot of team damage being dealt there by Crit. A lot of team damage.
If they win the round, we can excuse it though, but we are down to just a 2 versus 2. So many of these rounds have been fought for tooth and nail. It has been a gritty brawl across so much of this map. And now Vacancy looking to make it his own as he charges through a smoke, but he overlooks the man on the boosted angle.
1 for 1.
Mazza, a rare missed orb shot, he misses twice. Beve will get the last resort now into the lead. And there's a little bit of BM spam on top of it. Last resort, 13-12, as they start strongly in overtime round number 1.
Do you want to know how many shots has Mazza missed in 25 rounds, Nikki?
I can think of 4 notable ones.
Well,
2 of them
were
in
just
that
there,
round.
yes,
Yeah.
in that clutch scenario. Oh, I thought they had it in the bag. After Devil got the double entry mid, I thought this was a done and dusted round, but this is the resilience we talk about when TLR plays every single time. And now no op for Mazza. They just want to play an Artist. Miss from him. It's back and forth. Lancelot finds the opening yet again. Giraffe in front of the smoke. Gets caught by surprise, but Extinct has his back. Giraffe, you need to turn around. Giraffe. The smoke's there. Here's the player. Doesn't spray through the smoke.
I don't know how that's happened in middle, but it has. And Beve now on the rear flank finds Crit. We're down to a 3 versus 3 again. Giraffe is still technically an unknown entity. They may have heard throw the Molotov, but Beve ensures they won't be throwing away the advantage, but we are back down to a 2 versus 2. They have swapped sides. The CTs are retaking from the T side of the map. Contraman now needs to find this bomb. He needs to find a kill, but he doesn't know that the Mexico player's in the apartment. They swap positions again. He manages to get out. Vacancy finds the kill, but he's now trapped. Mazza goes down though, and it's going to be 14 to the last resort. This is madness.
2 narrow rounds. The MONGZ so close to converting either of those 2, but they are unsuccessful, and now Mazza realizes, I should have been greedier. I should have picked up the op sooner. He gets it now. Is it going to be an element of surprise? Do you expect the AWP in the 3rd round of OT? Well, let's see.
Well, they certainly should, with Mazza's stature on it so far. The MONGZ, I feel like this is just slipping through their fingers now. They've had 2 very reasonable chances to pick up a round. That's the bomb! The bomb did on T-Ram. Oh, the flank is so fast, they don't even turn around in time to stop it. It's looking like 15 right now for TLR. They have pulled off an insurmountable comeback so far. This would just be the cherry on the top, denying the MONGZ anything here.
Devil flashing out. Lancelot has already found 2 kills in Banana. They have the bomb, but Artist is still alive. 30 kills, 15 deaths, 2 KD, swings out. It's 31 on the board, wants to get 32, and he's gonna try for it, but Lancelot spots the 4th. Needs an ace to clutch it up for the team. Has a molly in hand, loses a lot of HP to use it, turns around, Extinct. Only stale, and Giraffe finishes things off. It will have to be a flawless CT side from the MONGZ to draw this game.
Does anybody know if we have double overtime enabled? We do
we
not
have
double
to draw. They draw.
Okay, so the MONGZ are now playing from what was, I believe, an 8-round, 7-round advantage.
11-4. It was 11-4.
The MONGZ are now playing not to win this map, but to tie. That's the best they can do here, and that will require 3 rounds in a row up against what I would now describe as a turned up, turned on TLR.
Yeah. They're beyond warm. They are hot and burning. And now on the T side, Artist has the op himself. But MONGZ, the player that has made so many wonderful rounds happen for the MONGZ, needs to do it again. He's got the AWP, he's playing in Banana, and he's got a teammate by his side. He's playing behind the bags. Flash is coming
Risky
out.
position though.
It could be a one and done in the boost. He's not gonna expect it. Extinct! Doesn't miss.
The position does not pay off, and that might cost him the entire game! Bevy, blinded spray onto Lancelot means that B is now open completely. The Veal is still in CT, playing behind the smoke ahead of him. None of his bullets are connecting. They've literally all, except Extinct, got 100 HP as they charge through onto this bomb site. Artist! It's another kill
one
through the smoke. This is bullying at this point. The MONGZ, they had everything in the palm of their hand. The lead, the skills, the AWPing on Mazda.
Oh,
now!
oh!
Artist beats it again!
And
Extinct to round things out, and that is a damn good finish for TLR. What a comeback!
Round after round after round. If you pause the game at 11-4, or you just tune in at 11-4, the actual scoreline you would have seen is 12-1. TLR have won 12 rounds to the one of the MONGZ, and this is why they are the prime UK team, and we see it yet again.
Yeah, forget Big Clan NRG. That's the real meat and potatoes right there. I had a very good time watching that with you, my friend. But before we leave, it's important to remind all of you at home that we are still running the giveaway. You have a couple more minutes to enter. All you need to do in order to win an ROG mouse and an ROG swag bag is exclamation mark ROG in the chat.
Exclamation mark EPIC ROG.
This guy gets it. This guy gets it. All right. Well, Maxon, thank you for showing up today. I appreciate you coming.
That's the end of the group stage, Nikki.
That's the end of the group stage. And it has been a pleasure rounding it out with you. What were your thoughts for those last two games of the day?
They were entertaining, to say the least, in a different fashion, right? One of them was the beauty, fun side of Counter-Strike, and then the second one was the beauty and professional side of Counter-Strike.
Sure.
I would love to see the MONGZ bounce back from this mentally, because clearly they have the tools that's needed to suppress TLR in very big rounds. We saw them clutching, we saw them winning, we saw them trading. They didn't quite convert.
But on the flip side of things, I would like to see TLR tighten things up.
Yes.
That was a rough first half, and it very easily could have finished 10-2. It was very close to finishing 10-2, and then they pulled off some crazy antics. But I still think, after displaying their comeback ability, and I guess the aura that they emanate, teams are clearly scared
Afraid of them,
of making mistakes against them, and then they get in their own heads. MONGZ, best player on the server, he misses a couple of crucial shots. I feel like he was noticeably playing worse. I'm not even sure if he ended with a positive KD at the end of that. He really dropped off, and Artist started dominating the server. So if Artist can do that from the start of a game next time, this is another borderline unstoppable TLR run.
Yeah. Well, that's just the group stage. The teams will most likely meet again in the future in the upper bracket, or maybe even in the grand finals, but we will call it.
Okay. I like the predict. That's your prediction then.
I think they have what it takes.
Okay. I like that.
Do not forget to check your whispers, and of course, if you did join our exclamation mark EPIC ROG giveaway, hopefully you will have won a little bit of a goodie from ROG, and we will send it to a break, and we'll see you later tonight with the first best of 3 playoff match.